All right. Welcome back, my regular viewers, listeners, and watchers. And of course, if you happen to be here for the very first time, welcome. Before I go any further, my name is Rahul George, India's premier eye hypnosis coach and your personal guide. So, today definitely is one of those very auspicious days, very powerful days. And I can definitely say that I had. An experience that will be one of those that I always, think about later and look back on as being, um, monumental to say the least. So, as I was also getting ready for today's pod, I was thinking about the topic for today's pod, and quite honestly, there's no simpler way to say this than it's literally about the act or the art of letting go. And today was one of those days where, typically on a Saturday, uh, my students, people who are learning eye hypnosis, people who are learning to practice it, people who are learning to, um, apply it in their own lives. And of course, on Saturdays, what students do is that we do a student showcase. And in the past, let's say over maybe the last 2.5 months, typically students have been doing just one portion of the student showcase. But today, interestingly, was a showcase that they ran entirely on their own, and I was just totally amazed at how easily, how effortlessly they were able to run the entire showcase, and they were able to not only connect with an audience but to be able to give them truly the eye hypnosis experience that we keep talking about. And there's one of the things that I've always been talking about, especially over the course of this year, and that has been the power of community. And it's one thing when you talk about the power of community. It's one thing when you have an idea about what is good, what is important to have, especially if you are a healer coach, somebody who's on the journey. You want to be able to help people. You want to be able to use the power of healing to be able to help people. You want to be able to coach people, and in doing so, of course, it works the best when you have a community. And it's one thing to talk about it, but for me to be literally able to see my students rally together, be there for one another, support one another, knowing that I was not going to be driving the showcase today, to me, really speaks volumes of where they are, what they've been achieving, and it's literally, the sign of things to come. And so, this is really a reminder to me that, when we talk about community, it is so important to let go. And a lot of times when we're building community, we try to sort of shape it in our own vision, in our own beingness, if you want to call it that. But it's easier to do that than to truly let go, than to trust and help people find their own voice, and help people in many ways echo our own thoughts. Especially when you're creating a personal brand, when you want to be able to help people speak a certain language, um, there is, of course, the tendency to want people to be sort of like either a mirror image or a replica of us. But there's a lot more growth that happens when, and I could see this and I could experience this because I was on the call, but I was literally um, being the silent participant and of course the silent observer, but just watching the students, watching uh, people rallying together as a community. It was truly amazing. And I know this is the first of many. There's more to come. And so this has of course been my experience, but my question to you, of course, is, especially if you are on this journey, maybe you just begun, and you've been wanting to reach out to more people. You've been wanting to let your message reach out to many more, and maybe this is something that you've been struggling with. One thing I can tell you is that yes, on the face of it is not easy, but the more you're willing to let go, I can promise you that sooner or later you will be able to notice that people are able to pick up on that, where you're coming from a place of trust, you're coming from a place of love, and um, people are able to pick up on that energy. So you know, kudos to everybody that was on the call, people who were able to really kind of hold themselves, and more importantly, actually create that space for the the guests, create that space for people who had showed up to experience the hypnosis experience literally. And you know a big shout out and a big thanks to each one of you, especially if you're watching this. And having said all of that, of course, if you are a healer coach who's on the journey, and maybe this is something that you struggle with, it's like um, you've been trying to do this on your own. You've been trying to find your own voice. You've been trying to find your feet, and maybe what's missing is community. So if this is something that resonates with you, and you want to be able to connect with like-minded people, and also to be able to grow your own community, then most definitely reach out and let me know if there's any way in which I can help you. I'd be more than happy to. So wishing you all the very best on your journey, and of course, having said all of that, remember to live with purpose. Look forward to seeing you in the next pod. Remember, these are daily pods, so I will be back tomorrow. God bless. And of course, before I go, just a reminder, if you're watching this on YouTube, do share this with somebody who is maybe on the same journey or a similar journey like you, who you believe can do with listening to this message. So with that, have a truly fantastic day ahead, and an absolutely awesome year ahead too. God bless, and I'll see you in the next one. Take care. Bye bye.